Hey guys, I'm back to finish up Junie B, Cheater Pants. We're on chapter 8. If you remember chapter 7, her and her pallies went and did their poem in front of Route 1, and we're going to see what happens with that. Chapter 8, A plus us. A plus! We got an A plus on our poem. Mr. Scary came right back to our desk and he took out his red pencil and he wrote A plus right on the top of our paper. "What a wonderful poem you guys wrote," he said. "I love that." We jumped and we clapped for ourselves. It was the funniest morning I ever saw. And that's not all, because lunch and recess kept being on fun too. On account of 4 friends are in happy moods together, life is a joy, I tell you. After recess, I hurried back to room 1 because I couldn't wait to see what happy assignment we could do next. I skipped in the room and looked at the board, and then, boom! I came to a screechy stop. On account of the board had 2 terrible words on it. It said, spelling test. I forgot all about that stupid thing. That dumb test was supposed to be last Friday. And then it got put off till today. And so how was I supposed to remember that last night, huh? Because I was worried about the note, of course. My legs felt weakish and limpish. Very slowly, I dragged my feet back to my seat. The desks were back to normal again. Herb sat down. I was already sitting down, and he turned around and looked at me. "What's wrong, Junie B? Don't you feel good?" I laid my head on my desk. I forgot to study my spelling words last night, and now I'm going to be in trouble with Mother and Daddy again. I did a whine. "Ooh, this is the whole dumb problem with school," I said. "One minute you're all joyful and happy, and the next minute the joy gets flushed right out of you." Herb tried to make me feel better. "Don't worry. Most of the words are easy this week." He paused for a second. "Sort of." I did another whine. "Ugh," because sort of does not mean really. Is everybody ready for our spelling test?" Mr. Scary was passing out paper. He winked. "Since you had 4 extra nights to study, I'm sure you will get a perfect grade, right?" My stomach churned into a knot ball at that comment. Pretty soon the test began. Mr. Scary pronounced the first spelling word, and he used it in a sentence. "Fox," he said. "The fox is running through the woods. Fox." I perked up a little bit, because I know how to spell fox, of course. I printed it neat on the paper. F-O-X. The next word is box," said Mr. Scary. "I keep all my toys in a box. Box." I sat up even perkier because box is just as easy as fox. B-O-X. Mr. Scary smiled. "The next word is wood. I would like all of you to do well on this test. Wood." Just then I stopped perking because I got mixed up on that one. I wrote down some letters. W-O-O-D. Then I crossed them out. On account I believe that is the wrong kind of wood. I believe. I tried again. W-O-U-D. I shook my head. That didn't look right either. Finally, I covered my face and I did a groan. "Shh," said May. Herb started to turn around to see what was the matter, and then he quick stopped himself, because turning around during a test, there's no turning around during a test, of course. I looked at what I wrote some more. Then I strained my brain to try and remember how to spell it, only nothing came to me. Finally, I did another groan, and that's when the miracle happened. My friend Herbert came to the rescue. Finally, he shifted a teensy bit in his chair, and he moved his test paper so I could see it, and then he pointed to the word with his finger. My mouth came open at that lovely gesture, because I didn't even ask him to do it. Herb just gave me the word. Like a gift. I stretched my neck to see it better, and yay, as soon as I saw the word, my imagination got sparkled, and I remembered the letter L perfectly good. I wrote it down on my paper. W-O-U-L-D. It was just in time. Mr. Scary was already on to the next word. Peek, he said. I saw you peek. Peek. Just then I sat in my seat very still, and I did a gulp, because I really thought he saw me peek. That's why. Only good news, I was wrong. On account that he didn't see me peek, he didn't. And besides, what I did this time wasn't even bad, probably, because Herb shared the word with me, just like we shared words for our poem. Finally, I did a sigh, and I wrote peek on my paper. After that, I took the rest of the spelling test very perfect, and I put what happened right out of my brain. Sort of. Chapter 9, Sleeping on It. That night, me and Philip Johnny Bob didn't sleep that good. We tossed and we turned a real lot. Also, Philip Johnny Bob talked in his sleep a little bit, because I could hear him saying the words, cheater pants. I woke him up when I heard that, and then both of us got a drink of water, and we started to talk about what was the trouble. The next morning our eyes were poopish and droopy, and guess what? We were not the only ones who looked like that either, because my friend Herb got on the bus, his eyes were poopish and droopy too. He plopped down next to me and did a big yawn. I didn't sleep too good last night, he said, real tired. I nodded. Me too, Herb. I didn't sleep too good at all, I said. Herb sat there for a minute, and then he did a sigh. Yeah, I only don't even want to tell you why I didn't sleep, he said. Or maybe you might get mad at me. I raised my eyebrows at him. Oh? Herb squirmed in his chair, and his seat did a kind of uncomfortable, and then he quieted his voice. It was kind of about the spelling test, he whispered. I thought about that. Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't thank you for helping me, did I? I patted his arm. Thank you, Herb. Because of you, I'll always remember how to spell the word wood. Herb's shoulders slumped way down. Yeah, see, that's the problem, Junie B. That's why I didn't sleep last night, 'cause I'm sorry, but I don't feel too good about helping you. He squirmed once more. I mean, at the time, I thought it would be nice, but as soon as I showed you my test, it didn't feel nice at all. Instead, I felt like, I felt like I was I quick sat up and I interrupted him. A cheater pants? It felt like you were a cheater pants, right, Herb? Right? That's how come you couldn't sleep last night, correct? Because at first you thought it would be nice to share with me, only as soon as you did, it kind of felt wrong inside. Herb looked at me surprised. Yeah, it did. But how do you even know that? Because, Herb, because, I said. Have you forgotten who you're talking to here? I am a cheater pants myself, remember? So I know exactly what it feels like. I shook my head. I can't believe it, Herb. I can't believe I did it 2 days in a row. 'Cause on Monday I copied May's homework, and yesterday I copied your spelling word. Only at first I tried to pretend that you and me were just sharing. Herb nodded at that kind of sad. Yeah, but we weren't, were we? He said. No, we really weren't, Herbert. On account of sharing, a spelling test is called cheating. Herbert did a wince at that word. I patted him. I know just how you feel, Pally. A word cheater makes you feel nasty, rotten, ratty pants who can't even be trusted. Herb nodded, and then he smiled a little bit. You have a nice way with words, he said. I did a shrug. Actually, Philip Johnny Bob came up with that one. After that, me and Herb rode the rest of the way to school without talking. We both felt better, I think. We told ourselves at recess, me and Herbert, both of us, together. We went to room 1 at lunch, and we told Mr. Scary that we cheated on the spelling test. Herb explained how he heard me being upset during the test, and he didn't want me to get in trouble with Mother and Daddy again. He showed me the answer so I would do good. Then I explained how that was a lovely gesture by Herbert, but after we did it, we both knew it was wrong. and we will never, ever do it again, and we mean it." Mr. Scary listened to us real careful, and he thanked us for our honesty, and he said that he admired us very much for telling him what we did. After that, we got out our test papers. He wrote big zeros right on top of them, on account of even if you get admired, you still get a zero, apparently. Only that was not the end of it. That night, while I was eating dinner, Mr. Scary called my house, and he tattled to my mother right on the phone. At first, Mother frowned a real lot, and then me and her and Daddy talked about cheating all over again, and I got yelled at a little bit. But later, when they tucked me into bed, they said they were proud of me and Herb for telling on ourselves, and we all ended up hugging. That night, Philip, Johnny, Bob, and I slept perfectly. Only here's the happiest news of all. When me and Herb got to school the next day, Mr. Scary called us up to his desk. He gave each of us a special poem that he wrote all by himself. I tried to read mine, but I didn't know all the words, so Mr. Scary read it to me. After he finished, I smiled real proud, and I read it one more time, just to myself. Junie B. Bubbly, bouncy, learning, growing, glowing. Your honesty is awesome. Trusted. This is Sin Kane, he wrote. All right, boys and girls, I hope you learned that cheating never wins, and I hope you enjoyed my story this week. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.